Okay, we got 2, 3, 4 on the time as we're starting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, hold on. Welcome back. Welcome back to Centered Touch. I'm Tamia, and we are going to do a reading today. It's been a really long time since I've done a reading, but I got a really new dope deck that really fits who I am as an individual and as a reader. So I thought this was a perfect way for me to get back into the flow of things and rereading and just getting back into my thing. So we're actually using the Ali Man's Tarot deck, which is basically a free soul type of tarot deck where I can basically do anything I want with this deck, but it's a much bigger deck. It comes with the original tarot deck is 78 cards. This one has almost 200 cards in the full deck. There's like over like 8 or 9 different death cards in here. There's like different queens. There's like maybe 7 different queens in here, and just like vice versa of that nature, like where it's just like it's very much a free book. It comes with like expansion packs if you guys like are interested in this. I don't know if other readers are interested in this, because when I found it I was like blown away. But I just wanted to show you guys the deck and how it looks. This is like, these are actually the backs of the cards. So it's it was written by 13 different tarot readers, which seems pretty obvious, but it was written by that many. And then this is the front. There's different tarot cards in here. Some of them are from the Wider Way tarot deck, like the 3 of Pentacles, which is my favorite, which is one of my favorite cards from the Wider Way tarot deck. It's funny, it followed me to this deck and it's in this deck. So yeah, like this is the Queen of Cups in there. There's like a card that literally is just like weird ass mystical shit. There's like Temperance, there's like the Builder. So there's different like types of cards. It's very like tarot / oracle friendly and just like open to the divine type of reader friendly who doesn't really necessarily go based off of tarot. This is a really good deck for somebody who wants that. So that was just something that I just wanted to put out there before I started reading. But we are going to get into the reading. I got a blunt with some herbs I've been smoking, so I'm really happy about that. Before we start, I want to light my candle for the ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. I've been really enjoying this candle lately, and I've been adding some herbs to it every time, just to like put my intentions over. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna put some intentions for this reading so I can open up the energy channel between me and the universe, and we can open it up with a little prayer. I don't have a very specific prayer we may in the future, but it is what it is. So anyway, hello. It's my ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. The ancestors, spirit guides, and angels that watch over the collective that I read for. Hello, Mother, Father, Wolfie, Source. Thank you for the love that you give. Thank you for opening me up to just even communicating with you and communicating with the collective. Thank you for allowing me to channel and even be a reader. So I ask that we get some clear, precise messages that we can help and benefit the collective, myself included, in hopes that this will, benefit us and bring us forward. So, Ashe, 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 mind, body, heart, and soul. So it is. Ashe. And I just spoke over these herbs. And here I have lavender, hibiscus, rose, alfalfa, spearmint, and St. John's wort for protection. So I ask that you protect the space that we're in from any energies or entities trying to block us from connecting with our benevolent ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. So thank you for that. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I'm gonna just sprinkle them in. And then I got some strawberry rose quartz, which is, I love this actually. These ones look really purple today. They were just really so pink earlier, but they look really purple right now. But I use strawberry rose quartz because I prefer that over regular rose quartz. I think it's stronger. It feels more, it gives like off of like a weird like energy of like sexy, if that makes sense. But there's like a more of a sexy, playful, loving energy with this. So that's why I use this, and I'm gonna just light it, and we'll get into the readings. Reading. Ooh, hold on. I'm burning my little fingers. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Hold on. You okay? You okay? No, I knew you was gonna go out. I knew you. I know. You ain't even gotta tell me. I already know you was gonna go out. Okay. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, so we got it going. It looks so pretty, by the way, too. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. So we're just getting some messages. I know right now we just had the full moon in Cancer, Venus is at Aquarius, and Mercury just went retrograde Capricorn, correct? Mercury is retrograde Capricorn until the end of January, I believe. Either that or Venus in Aquarius ends in January. I don't remember, y'all. But basically, we're going to read for basically just the energy right now. Get some messages from Spirit. What are they trying to say? We're going to keep it open. We're not really going to pick any spreads. We're just being open today. So we're open to any messages that, Ancestors, Spirit, Guides, and Angels are trying to send. So Ancestors, Spirit, Guides, and Angels, thank you so much for all the love and care that you give. Please create a barrier of protection so that I may communicate with the Ancestors, Spirit, Guides, and Angels of the collective, as well as those higher beings who guide the collective, Mother, Father, Loki, Source, thank you. Ashe, it is, so it is. Ashe, it is, so it is. Mind, body, heart, and soul, Ashe. Always love, always protected, forever connected, Most High. All right, let's start. All right, what's going on with the collective? What is going on with the collective? This is a really awesome deck. It's I love this deck. Okay, so hold on. I just want one card to start. I don't know why, whenever I get on and start doing readings, I instantly feel high. Or I feel a little bit drunk. And I don't know why, but it's just what I be experiencing. Hold on. Okay. All right. What is the current collective energy? Oh, they were adamant on this card. Diamonds are a girl's best friends, but not a god's. It's not on there, but that was what's said in the Ace of Disc. Oh shit, this is the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Disc. Isn't this just such a dope card? Okay. Waiting for forgiveness is not going to get you anywhere. The Boogeyman. You guys got the Boogeyman. These seem like three different... I only peeled 2 cards, but they say 3 different messages. Okay. So... Diamonds are a girl's best friends, but not a god. Waiting for forgiveness will get you nowhere. And... one more. Maybe we're getting 3 different collective messages. The 5 of Swords. Oh, I pulled this yesterday. Sitting on a pile of shit. Blocking abundance. Okay. I low-key want to talk about this 5 of Swords first. Because it has to do with these 2. Okay. No. This is a story. Okay. So it's funny because I pulled it just like the story. So we got the Ace of Disc, the boogeyman, and we got the Five of Swords, which is just kind of instantly telling me that this has to do with the material, because when I read this Five of Swords, he really looks like he had to shit on some people to get there, and he's not happy about where he even got. He's not even happy about, right? So what's this waiting for forgiveness in the boogeyman? Waiting for shit to hit the fan. Why are you waiting for shit to hit the fan? Okay. All right. Why is the collective waiting for shit to hit the fan? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven. Then you got the tower. One of the towers, because there's multiple towers, in reverse, and then fear on the bottom. This card is just fear. I should show you guys the card. Sorry. You got the tower. The house of, so this is not the tower, this is the house of God in reverse. And again, this has to do with lineage. Whenever I like peep this, I peep that this has to do with like lineage and the multitude of ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, descendants ancestors and descendants that you have. But I wonder, why did I say angels? Hold on. And then you got the fear card right after. What's this? The Six of Pentacles. This is, okay. Okay. We got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So instantly this is like already, because I'm already getting like messages, but I want to hear a story, you know? I'm going to pull for what this is, because I'm pretty sure this is Wands. But to begin, what I'm feeling like is there's a fear of winning at other people's expense. And okay, so there's two stories. There's winning at other people's expense, and then there's also winning at the expense of your soul. Now those are two different things, and so I'm gonna read for both these different things, because there's two different messages for two different aspects of the collective. Oh, that's crazy. I'm literally on the fucking page of it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is the Seven of Wands. So with this Seven of Wands, I'm instantly, okay, so you got the Seven of Wands above the boogeyman. And so this boogeyman seems like, okay, this is like kind of, okay, so waiting for forgiveness. It's like you're waiting for forgiveness. I used to do this too, when I would wait for like somebody to forgive me, or like source to forgive me, because I couldn't give myself. And I remember always getting messages from source like, I already forgave you. I'm waiting for you to forgive your own self so you can move forward. Said just like that. Like usually source is playful, but it seemed like source was like not playing at that point. I'm waiting for you to forgive yourself. So, and then right above that, you have this Seven of Wands that say, you stand up raw, sometimes alone. You're fighting for your right to just be here, to just be heard. This is a testament of your strength, but also your ability to assert yourself and your power and your beliefs. This is resistance. Like, do you see the look on her face? She's like, I have what I need already. No, thank you. Like, it's like to the point she's not even looking at what's offered. Like, she's just taunting because she knows she has what she needs. This is resistance. Okay. We're going to reread for this, okay? This is a whole different message. But for this boogeyman and this Five of Swords, we're going to read for it, because I feel like this is a collective with a type of fear of stepping on others or doing the wrong thing to get ahead. But this is not, this is like, it seems like it's just fear of this. So let me see. You stand up raw, sometimes alone. Okay. They often won't understand what you're doing and will blame you for your lack of harmony in their life. This is resistance. Others will mistake it for bullheadedness, unwillingness to cooperate. Okay. So the boogeyman is turning his back on this. So I see the collective seeing themselves as this Five of Swords, that they may have stepped on people to get ahead, or the people of the past may have projected onto them that they did a lot of fucked up shit, or the collective may have just done a lot of fucked up shit to get ahead, right? Or it's just perceived as if there was an attempt to get ahead of something. But I'm getting that this is really just fear and a tower moment. Like a tower moment caused you to have this fear, as if you walked over somebody to get in the position that you have, or that you were somehow undeserving and you this looks like he fucked over these people to get up there, and that's why he's sad. But it's like I'm watching the boogeyman turn and go complete full circle away from this situation. Okay. So hold on, let me read for this house of God, because I know this. Okay, so this Six of Pentacles immediately, like, this is somebody who you can't tell if they're giving or receiving. They're doing both. But this person is naturally, the Six of Pentacles is already still saying that, hey, you're naturally a giver. And this Six of Pentacles is also saying, hey, you're going to receive because of what you put out. And this is, it's literally hiding behind fear. Fear is blocking you from being able to see that you got what you got because of what you did. So had you really shitted on these people and stepped over them, I think you would feel it, for one, and you would be experiencing that tower moment, the house of God coming down on you, that tower moment for even being in this energy. And let me read for the house of God. Hold on. House of God is funny now. So I see like a collective who may have been projected on by others, or just seen as if they were doing really shitty shit to get to the position that they were. You know what I mean? Blind. Okay. So the house of God reverse. Yes. Okay. So in reverse, things are literally starting to feel artificial. You are growing apart from your own life. Apathy. It feels like a different kind of oppression, a lack of meaning. Take heart. Disassociating is not truth, even if it feels like it. So if you're disassociating from the collective and where you're supposed to be and your blueprint and what, it's like he's forgetting and disassociating from the fact that, hey, at the end of the day, you have this crown. He has this crown on him, right? Right? You see that crown on his head? That crown reminds me of, like, it looks like the sun in the background. Like this was an anointing. Like he was anointed with this crown. And it seemed as if he had to step all over these people to get to that point. But no, these people were moved and cast out of the way for you to get to this point. But somebody's in the pits with this. Yeah. You could see it either way. Do you see that? You can see it either way. Regardless, it is what it is. That's what they're saying. That's what the divine is saying, okay? You're going to get what you put out regardless. So it is what it is what they're saying. So you can see it either way. And I think that that's what's kind of messing up your, like, the collective's mind, is however this is going, you're seeing it one way when you should probably be seeing it the other way. You see what I'm saying? So the other way, and the other way you're kind of putting yourself in to this boogeyman pit of fear. Why? What happened? Hold on. Let me see. What happened? So, what happened to the collective? There's some love and attention. We won't live without God. Literally putting yourself into... Okay, so you know how, like, there's different ways that things can go? Okay, so this is somebody seeing themselves being able to make a multitude of choices. And this is also somebody who allows, because you got the devil card, this is also somebody who allows mistakes of the past and things that have happened in the past continuously come up and be brought up to tear down their ability to receive, and also their ability to give. Because when you receive, you have given. When you give, you receive. So especially when you're working with the divine, right? Like, people think, okay, the divine just blesses me, yada, 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 right? Or like, oh, this appears out of thin air, as if you got it for nothing. And I know I've experienced this as well, where people will project, hey, like, you have these powers and abilities, you get this shit for nothing. Like, you just don't really do anything, as if you don't work hard because it comes to you naturally. Not realizing that, baby, this is 10,000 years of soul work perfecting this shit. You know what I mean? Like this could be 10,000 years of soul work perfecting this. There are people who have been like doing their spiritual practices. They started in like one of their first past lives and have been mastering just that practice up until this point. Some of us have had that practice dormant and have already mastered it millions of years ago. Millions of years ago. So you get what I'm saying? But it seems as if it comes too easy to you, as if it's light work to you. This is probably what this is also saying as well, that this is light work to you. This light work. It's literally light work to you. But to you, you're literally just doing God's work. You're doing light work. You know what I mean? I'm doing light work. I'm helping. I'm healing the collective. I'm doing my thing. But the way that this is seen, you got the Three of Swords reversed. The way that this is seen, it's seen as if you got it for nothing. Or you stepped on people to get there. Or you shitted on people to get there. Or you lost this, whatever to get to the point that you're at. But the divine is literally telling you the opposite, that you need to, like I said, flip the candle, look at it another way, because whatever you're perceiving right now is not the truth. And it's literally just fear. It is fear that is blocking you and taking you away from your own Six of Pentacles, which is giving and receiving. Because fear can block your blessings, but fear can also block you from blessing. Because we all have the power to bless each other. We do. That's literally, we have the power to bless each other. We are little source. When you're little source, you can bless others. Or when you just, even just saying hello to somebody, I learned that even just saying hello to somebody, that person could look sad as shit. And you just say a simple hello and they feel acknowledged for that day. That might be just the one thing that they needed to keep going. So you never know when you're benefiting somebody, and you never know when you're really, well, you know when you're really hurting somebody, but also sometimes you don't know if you doing what's right for you really hurts somebody. And you don't know if it's actually just a catalyst for them to get on their shit and do what's right for them. I had to learn that as well. So with the Three of Swords, this is literally a heartbreaking. This is something that genuinely broke your heart. And it may even have you perceiving that, hey, I don't want this to happen again. And I'm scared that like this is going to get brought back up, or it's going to come back to me, or bite me in the ass. It really seems like somebody who's afraid of getting karma for something that they didn't do. I'm sorry to say it. Like, maybe you did do it. I don't know. But this really does look like somebody waiting for karma for something they didn't even fucking do. Which is a good, like, it's a good thing. Like, you didn't, the karma would be here. Like, the karma wasn't waiting for you. The karma would have been here. So, but also at the same time, this is a message that you cannot hold on and wait for shit to hit the fan. Because when you're waiting for shit to hit the fan, shit's going to hit the fan because that's the only thing you're manifesting. And if, like I said, if you're looking at one perspective and you're not looking at other, this is shit hitting the fan. This is shit going right. If you're waiting for shit to hit the fan, the only thing that the divine can do, because they are co-creating for you, when you're waiting for it to hit the fan, sometimes you're waiting and you're pushing your actual blessing so far out that the only thing that is going to penetrate and actually manifest into your life is shit hitting the fan, because you pushed it harder than you pushed this manifestation. Sometimes you got to just say, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Or even asking, what's the bigger lesson? What are you trying to tell me? What do you want me to know? Like, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to ask more than just shaming yourself. You can't shame yourself for forever. You want to be like, you can't be like 60 still shaming yourself. I shouldn't have did that shit. I shouldn't have stole that cookie when I was 9 years old. You shouldn't have, but you had your entire damn life to redeem it, because when you go and you get weighed on them scales, that's what's going to be said. You had your entire life to redeem it, and you sat in sorrow, mad at yourself that you made a mistake. Come on, collective. We got to do better. I feel that though. Okay, hold on. Because I really want to stay with this Three of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, fear, and the Ace of Disc. Okay. Tell me more, please, about the Three of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. This card keeps staring at me, and this Four of Pentacles keeps staring at me, and I don't want it, but it keeps staring at me. The letter. That's a message. 27, the letter. 27, the letter. 27. 27. That's, isn't that when Saturn return year starts? Hold on. Okay, you could be in your Saturn return, but hold on. Between 27 and 31. Okay, so the Saturn return starts 27. So if you hold on to this, you could not see this abundance manifest until around the years of your Saturn return. Or for some of you, you could be in your Saturn return, and your Saturn return is actually going to basically beat your ass to push you into the direction of getting this abundance. This abundance actually might just show up in your doorstep in the form of I don't want to say it because I heard a child, but like, I don't know if it's like a child actually, but in the form of a new project. It might show up at the front of your door in the form of a new project, or it might be it's going to be brought to you. That's what it seems. The letter is brought to you. Yeah, the 27. So this is, even the Saturn return comes to you. You know what I mean? Once you get to that, Saturn is returning back to where it once came. So this is a return. This is a return on what you have already put out. This is a return. This is a return. Tell me about this return, please. What's this? This is the Two of Swords. Yo, when me and my boyfriend looked at this card yesterday, right? The Two of Swords, he has eyes on his chest. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't really look like it doesn't look like nipples. It looks like eyes. Like he has literal eyes on his chest. And it's weird. I see like half of his body transforming. Like this is a return on the investment you made. Like that's what it seems like. It's a Saturn return. You get what I'm saying? It's a Saturn return. It's a return on the investment that you have made. What was the investment? Matters of the heart. The investment was matters of the heart. Let's see. Hold on. Death. I told y'all there's so many death cards. We about to read this death card. So this is the death card in, well, it was reversed. It's funny because it looks like he's letting it go here, but when the death card's in reverse here, it looks like he's dropping it. This is a return on what you dropped. So this is something that you dropped. What did you drop? What did you drop? Hold on, let me read this death card. But what the hell what did we drop? I'm so confused. Okay. Recognize this is not the end either. You could still come back, try again. But do you need to want it? So far, you haven't. Why? Okay, so I'm gonna read this. It's reversed, but I flipped it upright, so I'm gonna read it for both. The death card is often symbolic of an ending. This is the death, but this is rebirth. This is the rebirth death card. There's different ones. There's death by fire. There's death motel. There's different deaths. So this death is symbolic of an ending, but this is a rebirth. The Grim Reaper, known to be a symbol of death, is something that is no longer serving us in our life. Like I said, this is a return. This is a return. So what? You have the power to make that decision to keep going, to rise up again from your own ashes. Things don't end so easily. Literally, what they were saying about putting yourself in the pits and sitting there sad for yourself and living in fear, not being willing to move forward because you're waiting for forgiveness from somebody who was already removed from your fucking life. You don't need their forgiveness. You already have God's forgiveness. You have the divine's forgiveness. Their forgiveness is not for you to receive. Regardless, if they choose to give that to you, that's fine, but it's not something that you need to receive, and it's really coming to terms with it. The curved scythe forms an incomplete circle, indicating that death does not mean an end and that new beginning is waiting. Death is responsible for the ashes of ego. Exactly. This is your return. Like I said, your return is your new beginning. So you're in the new beginning. So you went through a heartbreak. You went through a major heartbreak. And it might still have you trapped in this fear of your Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving the right things in your life. You may have a really hard time even looking for what is right for you. This could also be romantic, where you're really, matters of the heart have you kind of like shielding of even being able to look at the right man or the right person. You can't even see. You may not even be able to see what is the right person because of whatever happened into the past. But this letter and this return that you're getting from source, return from sender, not return to sender, but return from sender. This is you gave your heart to something. And whatever you gave your heart to, you were not supposed to, or you were only supposed to for a period of time. Now, you gave that part of you away. But it's not this person returning it back to you. It's not. It's as if kind of like your higher self when you're in the divine is like, I went to go pick that shit up. I took it back. So like you may have been dealing with this heartbreak and like wondering where your happiness is or where all of this is. And you may have think you left your happiness with this person, but you didn't. You didn't leave your happiness with this person. The divine actually took your happiness from this person. This person was going to use and abuse your happiness. So it's almost as if like you gave your happiness to this person, right? They took it knowing that they were going to use it for selfish reasons. The divine saw that they were using it for selfish reasons, but you had a lesson that you needed to go forth and learn from that. You went forth and you learned your lesson, but you held on to the heartbreak, it seems. You learned the lesson, but you held on to the heartbreak. The pain and the feeling is still there. Not knowing that the pain's only there because you're missing that part of you, that love that you gave to somebody else, right? You were never supposed to take it out of your chest and give it to them. You were supposed to show them, and they were supposed to show you theirs, and you amplify it, and you amplify the energy around you and live in a love circle, basically. But no, they took something that they already had because they weren't using theirs properly. And so behind the scenes, you're thinking that this person got the ups on you, but no, the divine actually took your shit back and has been holding your heart this entire time. It seems they've been holding your heart, your pain. You may have been working with them really closely, trying to nurture this part of yourself as well again, and trying to forgive this person and extending them grace. I'm getting that you expended them more, 20,000 times more grace than you actually needed to. That's a lot of grace. You may have done a lot of forgiving, too much forgiving, to where you even were like, you know what, it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay. But the divine knows the true power and strength of your heart, that light of a feather heart that you have. This person's not going to get access to it. They're not going to keep that shit. So the divine took that heart from them. They're sitting, it don't even matter where they're sitting. I don't want to look at them, but they're sitting wherever they're sitting, and the divine is saying not to look at them. They're sitting wherever they're sitting, but you have to tell the divine now that you want your heart back. That's what they're waiting on, because you think that this person took your heart or your love or whatever you gave them. You think that they have it. No, the divine actually has it. They are the ones that have been holding it this entire time, waiting for you to ask for it back, because the moment you ask for it back is the moment that you get it back. Okay. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. All right. Let me get some. It depends on how you look at it. Which way are you going to take it? Which way are you going to take it? Hold on. What's the symbolism between a white candle and a black candle? Hold on. Black candle reading. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. So on one end we have a white they kept saying like, you're not the black candle. You're not the black candle. But I want to be. That's the thing. No. The thing was, I didn't want to be this black candle for some reason. I was like, you can look at it either way. And in my mind, I'm like, I want to be this white candle. I don't want to be the black candle right now. And I couldn't understand why, but the divine was like, you're this black candle. You're the fucking black candle. The collective is the black candle. So white candles symbolize purity, peace, virginity, goodness. And that's basically like white candles. It has to do with purity, calling in, repurifying the energy. You already possess this. You know what I mean? You're already possessing this. Now, a black candle has to do with binding and sealing things and shape shifting and creating a protective barrier and repelling something that is not supposed to be there. And that's the energy that you're supposed to be calling in, and that you actually did a very good job at. And that's why they're saying you didn't shit on anybody to get here. That's why they're saying, that's what they're saying about the guy who's on the mountain. And that's why he's been crowned and not even acknowledging the fact that he's been crowned, because he thinks that he shat on people to get here, or that he messed so much up to get to this point, and that he's undeserving of what he has been initiated into. And one thing I'll say, when you're a righteous soul, it's not something that you're initiated into. You already are, or you are not. It is an action. Righteousness is an action. It is not something that you just, can you please let me be righteous? That's not how it works. I'm righteous because I say I'm righteous, and my actions will forever show it. That's righteousness. Hey, so that's how you get welcomed into the kingdom of heaven. That's so funny. That's how you get welcomed into the kingdom of heaven, is by recognizing that righteousness is a choice. Ooh, Giuseppe. Draw 3 cards from anywhere. If they do not bring you happiness, put them back where you found them and draw 3 more. This is one of my favorite cards of the deck. That's what is also part of the reason why this deck is so awesome. Okay, so draw 3 cards from anywhere. So you know what? I'm going to split the deck 3 ways. Draw 3 cards. 1. You got it again. I'm going to draw it here. Arcana League. It's the 4 of Cups. And you got this, the candle again. You can look at it either way. What's this? The 3 of Wands, and I don't know. I don't speak that language. I don't even know what that says. But some of the cards are just to be ignored. Like, I don't know what that says. Look it up later. All right. So I'm going to take these 3 cards. What else do you have to say? Let me put these back. They were so adamant on you guys getting a bigger picture. Okay, so we got the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups. And we got this candle in reverse. I think I'm going to read this. I don't know if this is one of, so I got to see what this is. The candle, I don't know where the... Okay, so I think that this is in one of the, they have this thing called the Lost cards in there, which is like I said, they have expansion packs. So this is one of the Lost cards where it's like, you kind of have to figure out, they're like different meanings. It's cool. I really like it. I got to figure out where this damn candle comes from, but I don't think it's in here. Hold on. Is it right here? No. Oh, it was the Queen of Ravens and the Queen of Bombs. Oh, they have a different High Priestess card too. So there's more like High Priestesses, additional 4 of Wands, like different, like there's a Keeper of Swords, which is not the Ace of Swords, it's the Keeper of Swords, the Morning Death, the Fool. There's like 3 different Fool cards. Judgment, King of Blades, all that. I don't know what this candle is. Like, I don't see it in here. I don't know what this is, but is it an ace? I don't know. I don't see any candle, like, okay, I guess it's one of those that you just, what's it called? Oh, the black-white candle, it's 108. Hold on one second. Because we have this 4 of Cups in reverse. 108. Okay. So we have the white candle. The candles imply ritual, not necessarily magical ritual, but ritual in the form of things we do in our day-to-day, the foundations, or how we set ourselves up. What is the first thing you do in the morning? You probably roughly do the same thing every morning, same at night. These are the rituals of our lives. So this candle asks you to recognize your rituals. Which ways are you repeating this cycle of shaming yourself? And this is probably a cycle. This seems like a cycle, and this may be a past life cycle as well. Yeah, because I'm looking at this seeing eye, this all-seeing eye. It's like, yo, this is a past life example of there was like an irritation right there, like a repeated it's like a fucking itch that you can't scratch. It is like a fucking parasite. That's what it is. It's like a parasite. And that's what it takes on the form of a parasite in your body. You could even be like, I don't know, exposed to radiation. And you got the sun card. That's crazy. You could even be like exposed to radiation of some sort, or have some I don't want to say cancer. I don't want to wish that on y'all, but yeah, it seems like yeah, there was an energy this is definitely past life stuff, but this is something you did not it's taken so many lifetimes to bring this to light, that this is probably a repeated cycle that you've constantly gone through, shaming yourself for the decisions other people made, as if it wasn't a two-part play. You act like you're the only actor. This is a two-part play, and you're also co-creating with the director, who is the divine. So yeah, don't think you're the only person directing the plays, or the only person who has everything. This may be a repeated cycle of not recognizing where you show up and where others fall short to what it is that you desire, and you still extend them grace. You may extend people grace when they fall short of the respect level and the boundaries that you have. You may extend them a lot of grace, because I could feel a lot of irritation right here. It really irritates you, and you extend them a lot of grace, more grace than you realize, because you probably still keep doing it thinking it's not enough, right? And people probably think that you flaunt what you have. Like we said, we went back to diamonds are a girl's best friends, but they're not a god's. This is the message that you are trying to put out. Okay, this is the message I see the collective trying to put out, that you're trying to make it clear. You don't know me. You can't, what's crazy is, until I turned this and looked at the camera, which is low-key looking inward, until I turned this and looked at it from an inward position, I could not tell that this guy was even here. I couldn't tell that these were stars. I couldn't. It didn't look like that. What the? That's actually creepy. I literally can't tell. You could easily tell in this that these are stars. It's the man, everything. When you look at it this way, you cannot tell. You cannot tell. And there's two sides to look at everything. Like I said, there's two ways you can look at it. And these people are looking at it two different ways. And the people that are meant to see you clearly will see you clearly. And if they're not, they're not. I've experienced both, where people who see me so clear, where they'll be chin checking shit about me that I don't even want to chin check about myself. To be like, I see you. I see you. You can't have from me. I see you. But then there's some people who they will perceive me anyway. And I'm like, bro, where did you get that? Where did you get that stupidity from? That made no sense. You only could have made that up from your own mind, because that don't make no sense here in my existence. That makes no sense. I don't align with that even reality to even act that way. So where did you get that? It's that energy. And that's what you're trying to let people know, that you wouldn't step on people or shit on people. And this is probably something that the divine's also trying to tell you, that you're not the type of person to step on people or walk all over people. Or you may have in a past life and need to change this. But what's authenticity, what is authentic to your soul and what you already know gets you into the kingdom of heaven, an open heart space, is not shitting on other people to get what you want, because you already know that you're blessed and protected from the divine, and you have taken the courage to even prove this to yourself. You went through the deaths. You have the courage. So you lived this, you've done this. You're probably aware of your past lives, or what you have done in past lives, or you may just be aware that you have past lives, or what your repeated patterns are on this. But regardless, the sun has shone on you. But the sun has shined on you, and it has made you very aware, because the sun is the sun speaks. If you communicate with the sun, I think anybody who's a sun gazer knows the sun talks. The sun talks a lot. Especially if you ask it a question, the sun will let you know. Oh, funny. The dark sun. The dark sun. Let's read that. Okay, so we have the dark sun here. But like I was saying, the sun talks a lot. So you'll hear and you'll learn so much about yourself by learning from the sun. Literally, because the sun is the light. It's the number one light we have in the sky. It's a reflection of your own light. So, you know what I mean? When you learn from the sun, you learn so much about yourself. That's how my journey even started, was communicating with the sun. And I would write the downloads that I got whenever I would go sit out in the sun. I would write the downloads that I got about myself, what I was working on, where my mind was too focused on something, what I needed to do. I would get so many messages just sitting in the sun. So that may even be something you need to do, is just sit and talk with the sun, you know, talk to Ra. Ra's nice. If you ask me, I think Ra's very kind. 114. You know how long Ra has been protecting us and making sure that things don't explode and that they can't ice out the entire planet? The dark sun, okay. The dark sun is that time when we focus on the pain and loss we have faced in our lives and do not let go. We bask in the dark sorrow, lean on as if it was a good memory at the core of our identity. However, sometimes we bask in the glow of our own failures far too long, believing honestly that these are moments we must keep. Just gonna say it, you don't. The dark sun has very strong elements of grief, mourning, or acceptance of pain. It is not always a bad card, though. Sometimes it just lets us know what we're doing. Grief, after all, it's something that must be felt fully, or it will never end. So there's definitely no rush on this. I don't see any, there's no sense of rush on this. The divine's not asking you to rush through this, but they are asking you to be aware and recognize so that you can get through it. Because there's a difference between getting through something, because when you're getting through something, it's like going through a cave. You know that shit's going to take time. But when you're trying to get over something, you will always fall because you're trying to get over it. It does not make sense to get over something, but when you get through something, you have seen it for what it is. You are aware of it. The fear has resided, or it may reside at the end of the tunnel, but you were willing to walk through it, fear and all. And that's why you were rewarded, like I said, Six of Pentacles. That's why you were rewarded with your Six of Pentacles. That's why you were deserving. You got what you put out, which was love, whether you've seen it or not. But it was felt by the divine who sees all. It was seen. It was seen, baby. That's all you need to know. It was seen. It was seen. It was seen. It was seen. Yeah, let them know. That's all I hear from ancestors. Yeah, let them know. It was seen. It was seen what you did. It was seen. I don't know why I keep feeling the need to say this, but it was seen. We're not stupid. You don't have to keep explaining your heart to me because I already know, baby. That's what it feels like. They already know. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this card. Look at this card. Look at this card. The Undaunted. What does this look like to you? Before I even say what it is, just take it for what it looks like to you and give yourself a little download about it. Do that. Give yourself a little download. What does this card mean to me? What is this card saying to me? Okay. You could pause. And then here we go. Okay, so this card, when I read it, it was a card of the Fae, which is actually about a fairy creature, which the Fae are known to be trickster spirits. But they're so cute, aren't they? Right? They're so cute, right? So you may have been attached to somebody that you may have thought was cute, or this person could have just thought what they were doing was cute and it wasn't. Or they could have just been acting like a damn kid. This reminds me of the original Sun card, which has a little baby on it, acting like a damn child. Things being funny to them, thinking that it's funny, acting like a child. And it just did nothing but put you in the Four of Cups in reverse. We're going to read that in a second. But it put you in the Four of Cups energy, made you feel some type of way, right? And you were very aware, because this Night Owl is literally a card of just pure awareness. It's something you're already aware of. You're already aware that it made you feel some type of way. You were aware. And you tried to extend grace. Didn't work for you, honey. As much grace as you extend, the other person has to be able to want to pick up on their grace and send respect back. Because you can't just extend grace And that's the one thing I'll say being a Capricorn, because we are very graceful spirits. We like to extend grace to other people and give a lot of forgiveness, but we're not seen the same way. We're not given the same back. And that's one thing that you have to learn, especially being a Saturn's child, is that just because you're giving grace doesn't mean that you're going to get it back. And just because you give grace, literally the same thing, doesn't mean that you're going to get it back. It's like, it doesn't mean that it's going to be received well, is what I meant. It's not going to be received well all the time. And people are, like I said, they're going to try to peep you as something that you're not. They're going to see you as a girl who likes diamonds when you're a god who doesn't need that. Two different things, right? But it depends on their frequency and their perception, their mind's eye, and how open their mind, body, heart, and soul is to even understand and recognize who you are. And if they can't do that, guess what? They didn't have access anyway, and that's okay. You're going to meet a lot of people in your journey. You have met a multitude of people in your journey. This is definitely probably not your first life. If you read for me, sorry, if I read for you, this is probably not your first life. So if you're, like I said, not your first life. This is not your first rodeo. This is not your first show. This is not the first time being around here. So if this is not your first time being around here, you have experienced things that other people have not experienced. You come with knowledge that other people do not have. So they're going to try to project or perceive you as something that you're not. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's okay. They haven't been through the many deaths and rebirths that you have. They might be on their first foot. Or they could be just as old of a soul as you who ain't learned nothing. Or is just not ready. Literally. Because they try to make everything seem safe and okay even when it isn't. This is the nuclear queen. This is the nuclear wife. They'll do everything to pretend that there's not fucking nuclear bombs dropping. They'll do anything to hide behind the reality. You like to face reality, as fearful as it is, as scary as it is so much better than hiding and being the atomic bomb type of queen. You want to be a real queen. I see you. Empress. Check that. Empress. A real empress. Like the ones they talk about in the storybooks. You want fairy tale. You want the truth. Because the fairy tales, that's the real world. You want the truth. You want fairy tale. You want what's really real. Literally, there's two sides you can go, and they were on this side. You're trying to go to the fairy tale. But in the middle is the divine balancing this out, because regardless, these people are going to go on their own paths. They're going to go on their own paths. I see like your soul getting lighter. Your karma clearing. Hold on. Misero. But not if you keep staying around people who carry a lack mindset, because it only transfers to you, to where like you see like these starving ass dogs at his feet. That's what it feels like. Like you're the type to feed people when you're starving yourself. The divine doesn't need you to do that anymore. These people will get fed when they need to get fed if they ask to be fed, just like you had to ask. But at the same time, you'll make yourself miserable trying to feed them. You can't feed everybody. You can't save everybody. I just said that to my boyfriend yesterday when I was channeling for him. The divine literally said the same thing. You can't take children on adult rides. You can't feed everybody when you ain't got no damn food. You can't do everything for everybody. And it's okay because it's not your job. Source can do all, see all, and everything. You, the one who is existence, who is living in existence and is in bones and a body, you can't do every damn thing at the same time. You can't. It's just not something you can do, at least not consciously. You know what I mean? You're doing a bunch of shit out there in the cosmos, but we're talking about what's going on consciously to you. Consciously, you can't do everything right now. So you can't do everything. You can't fix everybody. You can't feed everybody. You can't make a plate for everybody. You can't make room for everybody. There's not going to be room, but there's space for everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? There is space for everybody, but there is not room for everybody. Those are two different things. Feel me, see me. You know what I mean? Okay. Any more messages for the collective? I was gonna read the Ace of Pentacles, but I put it away, and I think we already read it. All right, any more messages before we leave? I'm gonna cut this off before we get to an hour. Well, probably around the hour point, unless the divine's trying to chit chat. I'm taking that, because why would you flip that like that? So I'm taking this card just because of the way that they flipped it. Yeah. These people know how to use you because they see you as the Page of Pentacles. Right? Oh, she has a bee in her eye. Or is that her eye? Now it looks like a carrot. But it was a bee. Her eye, it originally looked like a bee, which a bee, queen bee, they see you as a symbol of what can be, what's possible, of something to work towards, to work harder towards. You're queen bee. You're a queen bee, but don't forget that you're also a worker bee. They think that you're like in this, people might think that you're also in this queen bee energy, or you're viewed as this queen bee energy, but you're actually in your page energy, where you're learning how to create this and make this material wealth and abundance for yourself, or you may have already been starting and you're continuing down your journey. These people, they're not pages, they're what's behind the page. I don't know what is behind the page, because the page is the one who starts. So I guess that they're the one who didn't start at all, right? Because I'm seeing that there's supposed to be a card behind the page. As I'm looking at my table right now, there's supposed to be a card, but there's no card, because there's no card that goes behind the page to begin with. So this is I mean, unless you want to say a joker, if we're talking a set, this could be a joker. But like we said, these are the same people who play with their lives and think that it's funny, and then they go to you for abundance, and they try to trash your abundance and put you in the same poor, impoverished position as them. But that's not where you're supposed to be. You're the Page of Pentacles. You're a worker bee who is willing to work to be the queen bee. You know what I mean? That's not how it goes naturally, but spiritually, this is what's going on. You're a worker bee, right? You're willing to protect your hive and take care of what it is that you know needs to be done in a physical and spiritual sense. And that's why you collect the coins that you do. It's like you guys are on a new path to learn how to make a new type of abundance for yourself. So you can't take stragglers with you. Especially people who are not trying to gain their own abundance. They want to gain your abundance. Those are two different things. Two very different things. Two very different things. Yeah. I was still supposed to read that for Pentacles in reverse. So I'm going to read it. Was that Pentacles? Hold on. The Nine of Cups. Wands. Hold on. It might have been the Wands. Oh, that's the Four of Wands. Hold on. Four of Swords. No. Okay, so it's the Four of Cups. It was Four of Cups, yeah. All right, ready? Four of Cups, reverse. This is the card of going after things, chasing opportunities, seizing the day and all that. Being proactive, having enthusiasm, and actually believing in yourself and your goals are all side effects of this card in reverse. This is actually believing in yourself. And what I wanted to say before I was reading this, well, as I was reading this, it's actually believing in yourself and your goals are all side effects of the divine working in your favor. That's what I wanted to say. Instead of this card in reverse, I wanted to say the divine working in your favor. Total completion. I heard total completion. And then I'm looking at this Three of Cups. That's crazy. I heard total completion. I'm looking at the Three of Cups. Let me read this to you. So the Three of Cups wants you to dance and rejoice with those you love. It's about connecting or reconnecting with loved ones, friends, families, and lovers. It's together that you create the excitement that will feed you. Combining energy can lead you to share new ideas, learn things, and even create things together. Remember, I said you don't want to take stragglers with you. You want to take people who are in alignment with their divine path and wanting to do the same thing. You shouldn't be feeding people who can make themselves their own damn plate. They're adults. These are not like children who can't feed themselves, can't reach the stove. And if they are, like I said, they shouldn't be a part of it right now. You know what I mean? Literally. Now is not the time to be influenced by others. I'm going to read this in reverse. Hi, baby. Now is not the time to be influenced by others. You have your own shit to work on. Your own shit to work on and to figure out. Other people's focus and energies do not lead in the same direction as yours. The Tower. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Hold on. And it's crazy. Do you see the direction? How it's like that one rope is going up to the top of the tower? That's crazy. Hold on. No. Let me show you this. When you look at this, right? They all start from here. There's one going up. There's another, and one starts from the top of the door. These two ended up connecting for these three to connect, right? Then it ends up being one path itself, right? Who stayed on the path? I'm hearing an infinite death. What? Infinite death. What is infinite? Oh. Okay. They're like, read the damn death card. Hold on. I gotta read this death card. I don't know which death this is. I think this is... It's not rebirth. Oh, that was a bloody death. Okay. Death dancing, death riding, death sewing, death shovel. Which death? This must be the original death. Is this the first death? This is the original death. This is stubborn death. Okay. This is a stubborn death. Okay. Okay. And remember I said this seems like an endless cycle, like consistent death over and over and over and over and over again. This is probably why you like feel so drained too. Yeah. And why people are able to get so easily to you, because you're drained and you also need to take a lot of rest. And you may need more rest than you actually notice. You may be the type that needs to rest more, but this is because you go through these constant little deaths. Even when you're not aware of it, you're constantly going through deaths and transformation. There's so many narratives of people trying to overcome death. This death isn't change. It's the opposite. It's the desire to stay as things are, the stagnant death of change itself. When you get this, you need to take, okay, this is reverse. Don't be desperate for anything. This seems like somebody desperate. So if you're desperate for a certain outcome, you're not seeing that this outcome already made its way to you. But the moment you release the desperateness to make it happen, you'll realize that it's already there and you're already actively living in that reality, whatever that reality is that you're asking for. But don't be, as somebody who's already gone through so many death and rebirth cycles, don't let this moment be the moment that makes you pack your shit up and return it back to sender. You know what I mean? That makes you pack your shit up and return home. You know what I mean? I'm hearing the Wizard of Oz. He's on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Ease on down the road. So ease on down. Like, imagine if Dorothy like had a way to go home originally. She wouldn't have been able to do what she did in the entirety of Oz. She exposed the entire Wizard of Oz. And instead of just ascending, had she gone back, she would have ascended no souls. Not a single soul. But she kept moving forward. She met up with other friends who were in alignment and wanting the same things as her. Went to meet the wizard who she thought could be the bringer of her dreams. Was not the bringer of her dreams. Was a fraud, right? It was a fraud. But she had been through so much, even getting to that point, dealing with fucking scarecrows, trying to kill her, like all types of stuff. She had been through so many little deaths. Imagine had she just stopped and been stubborn at that one death. You know how many souls would have stopped ascending at that point had she just stopped and not met the lion, the scarecrow, the tin man? All of those are souls that needed ascended. She said, you know what, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go to ascend my soul. She met up with other souls that were ready to ascend. They said, you know what, she's on path. I'm ready to get on path. I'm a link up with this soul who's on path and get to it. That's what she did. And she made it happen. To a point, she got what she needed and she returned home a whole new Dorothy. having ascended four or five different souls, including the wizard, because he got exposed and had to get off his own high horse pretending that he ran all of this and wasn't even capable of making a simple wish. Wasn't capable of it. So you're desperate and hungry for something that should already be dead. You have a deep problem that you only let be filled by this. It's unhealthy and it's dangerous. Therapy is needed, not as a joke. So whatever you're attached, like this could be something, like if they're saying therapy, like therapy might really be needed for this, or you may need to genuinely get out and talk to someone. Like I said, go be in nature, talk to the divine. If you can't afford therapy, have somebody that you can talk to, start doing shadow work, look up shadow work prompts, something to get you out of this rut and keeping yourself in the position where you constantly feel like the failure and like you have to sacrifice yourself for other people. You will ruin yourself doing this, and these people will live and sleep fine because you were sacrificed, not them. That was their trauma and their karma to eat and pick up on. They have not, and because you did that, if you're gonna sacrifice yourself for somebody, right, and you're not supposed to, not only did that person miss out on their own karma that they were supposed to deal with and be able to move forward and ascend their own soul, but also you hurt your own soul, stopped your own path, and made it quite literally stagnant for you to keep moving forward. Now you have a whole bunch of things to repair, and you also might have even taken on this person's karma. If like when you do these things, sometimes you take on these people's karma and you have to heal now the shit that they were supposed to heal. When you already have your own baggage. Now you got your baggage and then some, because you didn't want to focus on your own. You want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. One thing I always say is, I am source. I know I'm source, but I'm not source. You know what I mean? I'm in my own bones and body. I am my own mind, body, heart, and soul. So I let source play its role as the divine creator, because source wants to have this experience through me. So when there are certain things that go outside of what Tamia is supposed to be doing, and that sounds like a source job, you need to take that up with source. Source is the one who can get you through that better than I ever can. And that is on my mind, body, heart, and soul. Source can get you through that. There's nothing source can't get you through or show you how to get yourself through. Me, I might fuck myself up because I have other things to do and other experiences that source is trying to have through me. Same for you. So let people have their experiences, because source knows what it's doing always. Source is everything. Source is brilliant. Source always knows what it's doing. And you shouldn't take blame for other people's actions. Other people's actions are their actions, their own mind, body, heart, and soul, bones and body. They do what they want. They are also little source. Respect that little source's experience and respect this little source's experience. Give reverence to the whole and acknowledge that the whole got it while you're having your experience. That is co-creating with the universe. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I think this is a really good way to, end it. That's good. Oh, I want to pull more card because I just love this deck. Can I do one more card? Yes. Okay, so we get one more card, closing messages. Anything the divine wants to say to collective for the last one. What do you want to say? They were like, take this card and go. What is this card? Remember I said if they were anything behind the page of, if they were the Page of Pentacles, there's nothing behind the page, right? And if there was, it'd be the Joker. Or we're going to read for this Joker as our closing message. Hold on. Ooh, the Joker. It's probably in the original suit because the Joker is not in tarot. Is it in the original suit, the Joker? The strange suit. Yeah, it's in the other arcana. 1010. 110. Right, you ready? It's just Joker. If you are the kind of reader who can read smoothly even among cards that you're unfamiliar with, you'll understand the usefulness of a wild card in your reading. That acts as the bridge between the cards around it. If you cannot read intuitively and prefer specific if you're the kind of reader who read, you'll understand it. Like, what are you trying to say? Hold on, because this is definitely, because they were saying if you cannot read intuitively and prefer specific meanings in every element of your deck, you need to remove this card right now. It just doesn't do that, and your deck should be able to be read by you. I love the author of this. I absolutely love this. I love this. But this is what it means to be a true reader, deadass. So if you cannot read intuitively and prefer specific meanings in the element of your deck, you need to remove it right now. You'll understand the usefulness of a wild card in your reading that acts as the bridge between the cards around it. This is my closing. This is not my bridge. Well, all right, we're going to test this. Here we go. All right, your final message. We got the Joker. You know what? I'm going to pull 3 cards for this final message because I said we were going to read it and I didn't. So I'm going to channel this final message because obviously it's not going to be read. And I'm going to make this the transition between the two. Okay. This is the Fool card. This is the original card of the deck. It is the Fool card. It does not look like the Fool card, but it is the Fool card. Do you see the mountain in the water? It is the Fool card. Do you see the hat? Looks like a fool hat. It is a Fool card. And I'm going to talk about the back of this card too, because I read the back of the cards. That's why I love this deck so much. And then I'm going to pull one more card, Divine. Y'all going to have to throw this one out. I'm taking what's thrown out. I'm not picking. Please throw one out. Please. My God, would you say please? Ooh. They said here's 4. I don't want 4 cards. I want just one. Please, one more card. Oh, 4 swords. Okay. It's like they're picking up cards. They're like, here, take this one. But I really want them to throw it. But they're like, no. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. But we're going to read it backwards. So we're reading this. We're not reading 8 of Cups. Okay. So this is the original Fool card. The Fool card, which is funny because you have the Joker and the Fool. This is and it's funny because they're both on a mountain surrounded by water. And then this big duck has this little duck following behind it. And on the back, there's a bunch of little ducks. As you go to set out on a new journey, remember the path from which you came and pay attention to the way you remember it. The divine is asking that one day, and it's not something that you may even consciously do, but through all the steps that you take, this should be your end, right? Is looking back at your past as bliss. Looking at it as a stepping stone and a bridge between worlds to get you to the world and the reality that you were always meant to be in. I see your soul renewing and going through a rebirth. As you're going through this process, you'll find that you'll be more open to this and open to just letting things go and letting them be what they are. That doesn't mean that the feelings, or you have to pretend that it didn't hurt. That shit hurts, and you got to acknowledge that hurts, because that's how your soul feels. It hurts, and there's always a lesson in every emotion that you feel. However, letting go, I'm seeing this light right here. Letting go is the most important aspect of what your soul is trying to learn right now. And that's an aspect of your soul. There's a part of your soul that is really good at letting go. But because another part of your soul is hurting, that polarity that wants to stay there, that letting go part can't be used the way that it needs to be used, because this other polarity needs nurtured. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be your higher self without nurturing your shadow. Your shadow will beat the shit out of you. That's how it goes. And your higher self will let your shadow beat the shit out of you just so you can be your higher self, because your shadow wants to be loved by the higher self, is what I'm saying. So you have to acknowledge your low points, your sadness, your fears, all of that. But then extend yourself enough grace to move into your light, because that's what your shadow actually wants, is to be in the light. That's why it's so sad about where it's at. It wants to be with its light. So let it be with its light, you know. But acknowledge that you are also a goddess or god of the moon who can be connected to their emotions. And you find a lot of power. And the reason that you're even able to wield and not look at what other people have and wield what it is that you have been rewarded is because you have acknowledged your emotions and your moon energy in the past. So look at that, pay attention to that, and acknowledge that the things that have happened in the past are also the very things that led you up to this point and how far you have come, and extend them grace. You can respect that they hurt, but respect that they also brought you forward to where you needed to be, and they happened in alignment. Everything, no matter which path you go down, is all predetermined by source and you. You co-create that together. So regardless, it was meant to happen. And if it wasn't going to happen that way, it would have happened another way, but it was going to happen because that was meant to be set up on your path. And sometimes that's the hardest part about it, is acceptance. You know what I mean? And sometimes the acceptance is the easy part. It's the moving on after you, I guess that's still acceptance, because you could say you accepted it, but didn't. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but it still hurts. And sometimes it's just time after acceptance that shows you the lesson. Sometimes you have to accept it before the lesson, and feel it out. That's what the divine is just saying. Feel it out, accept things, forgive forgive for they not know what the fuck they do, but also forgive for they know what the fuck they do, and they're still trying to have the ups on you and want you bitter in your soul. So forgive, extend them, I'm not even saying extend them grace. Extend yourself grace enough to be like, you know what? This person may have got the ups on me. This person may have did me wrong. But you know what? That don't mean shit to me, because at the end of the day, I'm still deserving of what I'm deserving of. That is a projection that is coming from their soul. That has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? But empower yourself while you're going through these cycles. Re-empower yourself while you're still in that moon, because you got this light and you got this moon here. So re-empower yourself as you're going through these emotional cycles, and you will find that you will benefit your soul in ways that you have never imagined for yourself. Or you may even have premonitions, because you see like that. You never know. But thank you so much for tuning in, Collective. That's really just all I wanted to say. I could keep reading forever, which is why I'm going to get off now before I do. But thank you to your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels, mine included. Thank you to Mother, Father, Alohi, Source. Thank you for all the love that you give. Thank you for being there for the collective and just showing up at our lowest moments when we don't have somebody physically. We always have you. And that is, I can't even believe I'm saying it, but that sometimes even feels better than having it physically. And thank you for even just bringing it to us physically, the love that you have for us, or the love that we have for ourselves being reflected back to us and those that we care for the most and that care for us the most. So thank you so much for that. And I give you all my love. But have a great day, collective. Happy pre-New Year. I call this the clean out. So happy clean out to the pre-New Year. And you are clearly cleaning out, because New Year, we're going to read for the New Year energy tomorrow. Maybe later on. I don't know. But we're definitely going to read for that New Year energy. But this is what your clutter is and what you're cleaning out. I'm very proud of you, collective. The divine is so proud of you. Thank you. Ashe.